Welcome back, boys. Y'all had a good break? Yes, awesome. So y'all had an hour break.
Can
So
we tell you what we did?
yeah, what did y'all do in your
We
break?
ding dong ditch a house.
You what?
A ding dong ditch a house.
Okay. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, 3,
All right, welcome back, boys. All right, so now we're gonna do another activity. This one's gonna focus more on phonemic awareness, where we're gonna be exploring the sounds in words. So we're gonna be exploring the small sounds that words make. All right. So to begin the activity, I want you to close your eyes. Close them, and I don't want you to open them until I tell you to open them. Okay. All right, close your eyes, and whenever I tell you to open your eyes, not yet, so we're gonna still keep your closed eyes, your eyes still closed. However, when I tell you to open them, we're gonna be looking at some pictures, and we're gonna be going over the things that they have in common. What that means is that we're gonna be observing the pictures, and we're gonna be seeing what things are similar and what things are alike. So what things are in common. All right, so similar, alike, common. All right, so now I want you to keep your eyes still closed.
Is that body?
All right, I want you to go ahead and at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. All right. So yes, y'all like my small, tiny ears. So let's pretend that these are the, what are this called?
Reindeers.
Reindeer what? The horns?
Antlers.
The antlers? Yeah. So we're gonna pretend they're big ears today, okay? Because they are not small. All right. So today we're gonna pretend that these are my big ears, and I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures.
Dumbo.
This is Dumbo, right?
That's him.
So,
Yeah, we got
so
ears.
I want you to compare the pictures, and we're gonna be seeing what's similar with all these pictures.
With the ears? Oh my god, that's Tom. It's a lead. Tom and Jerry. That's a Jerry right there.
Do y'all see these pictures?
That's better.
Yeah. All these pictures are different types of animals, right?
Like the ears?
So they're different types of animals, and they all have big ears, right? Big ears. So today we're gonna pretend these are my big ears. All right. In the spirit of Christmas, I know the holidays are coming up ahead. I know Thanksgiving is coming up very soon. And then we're gonna be going over what are similarities between these pictures. What are similarities between the pictures?
He's gay.
He's what?
He said he's gay.
Is that appropriate? All right. Today we're going to be going over different types of sounds, the small, tiny sounds that we hear in words. So do y'all want your big pair of big ears so y'all could hear the small, tiny sound in words?
Yes.
So I got you this big ear. So we're going to pretend this is a part of the ears, all right? So I want you to put them on, and we're going to be hearing the small, tiny sounds in words with our big ears, okay? We have big ears, all right? Y'all like it?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, focus on the last lesson. Remember on the last lesson we went over rhyming. We also talked about alliteration and sentences, and how the first sound in every word in an alliteration makes the alliteration. Like the pink parrot pegs purple plums, so the PPP, that makes the alliteration.
The pink permit pass Pepe.
Yeah, you also made that one up. You remember? Yeah, that was a fun one. So the pink parrot pegs Pepe, right? So that was another one. And the other one was about cute cat. Do you remember that one? The one that I kept calling ugly. But she's cute. She was a cute catty. What was it? That cracked, crashed,
No. Cute Kathy.
crunch, right? Crunch.
Crispy carrots.
Crispy carrots, yes. So the alliteration was the cut, right? The cute cat, right? The C. So, and also we talked about sentences, how there are words put together that give meaning to a sentence and they end with a period, correct? Yeah, and then we also talked about syllables, how we put our hands underneath our jaw to count how many times the jaw drops, which lets us know the amount of syllables that the word has. And also we talked about onset rhyming. You remember that? How we talked about the words that rhyme, and then we talked about the onset and the rhyme. So like the parrots and carrots, what was the onset on parrot? P. And then the rhyming part between carrots and parrot was Arrot, right? And then we talked about all that stuff. So that was a great review. Now we're gonna focus on small sounds. We're gonna focus on the beginning sound, the middle sound, and the beginning, the end sound, and the middle sound in words. So those are gonna be with our big ears today. We're gonna be able to listen to those small sounds, the tiny sounds in words. Are y'all ready? Okay, so we're gonna get up and we're gonna do this activity. Alright, so I want you to take a seat. Take a seat on the floor, alright? So we're all gonna get up and we're gonna go to the floor. Alright. So push the chair back for a little bit. Okay. So one of you is gonna be sitting on the other side and the other one's gonna be sitting on this side, okay? I want Ryan sit over here. No, Ryan over there and this row over here.
Andy.
Okay, each one of you is gonna get 4 chips. Remember, we're gonna keep our ears on because we're gonna hear the small sounds in words with our big ears.
Chipmunk.
There we go. Okay, so boys and girls, sorry about that, boys. Eileen's not here today. We're missing Eileen. So today we're gonna learn about this small sounds in words. All right. So to begin with, we're gonna use our big ears.
Oh, big ears.
Our big ears. Everybody has their big ears on here, ready to hear?
Yes.
All right. So big ears on here, ready to hear? All right. Perfect. All right. So boys and girls, so with our chips today, I want you to put your chips underneath each of your boxes. You have 4 boxes, right? Put them underneath, like on the carpet. Put them on the carpet. Yes. So remember how we're gonna tap and sweep? Put them underneath you, Ryan. Remember how we use this in our regular whiteboards?
Yeah.
So now we have a big visual for y'all. So this is like the live version of an L&M box. So with this ones, we're gonna identify the small sounds in words. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
So the first word that we're gonna start with is, I don't want y'all to move. I want y'all to leave your chips down. Don't touch your chips down. We're gonna listen to the word first, and then we're gonna use the chips. Correct? All right. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. All eyes on me. All right. Focus on the word I'm about to tell you. It. Don't move anything yet. It. I want you to hear the word. We're focusing on the small sounds in words. So we're gonna use our big ears to hear it. All right. So what is that first sound that we hear in it?
I.
but what sound is it making? It. It. What's that first sound that's making? We're using our big ears. It. It. Is it it? It?
Yeah.
It. That's that first sound it's making, right? And then what is the last sound that it's making? T. It. So how many sounds is that?
Two.
That's 2 sounds. Very good job, boys. So now we're gonna with our chips, we're gonna raise it up to our boxes as we say the word. So I want you to, for each sound that you hear, I want you to raise a chip, and then I want you to go into the next sound and raise another chip, and then sweep the word. So it. So alright, so I want you to go ahead and do it. So your chips should be on the floor, right below the boxes. Alright, so I want you to say the word now, it, and then for every sound you hear, raise a chip. Alright, so go ahead, 1, 2, 3, go. So it, as you raise your chip to the box, say the sound and raise a chip. And then sweep. So okay, so once again, let's do it again. Alright, so as you hear the sound, raise your chip to the box, and then go to the next sound, and then sweep the sound. So tap and sweep. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3, go.
Sweep.
Sweep it up. So you tap it by bracing it, and then you sweep it up. Alright, so once again, let's do it. Very good job. Alright. So are y'all ready to hear the next word?
Yes. Granny life.
Alright. So first of all, before we continue, let's go ahead and review our vowels. Alright, we're gonna review our vowels. So we're gonna start with our long vowels. Remember our long vowels?
Yes.
Okay. Our long vowels are, okay, these are the pictures. So this is the A, E for eagle, I for eyes, O for old, and U for unicorn. So A for ape, E for eagle, I for eyes, O for old, and U for unicorn. Alright, so we're gonna say it again without stopping, and we're gonna go ahead and say the vowel, and then we're gonna say the object or character. So A for ape, E for eagle, I for eyes, O for old, U for unicorn. Now we're gonna say just the vowel, okay? Without stopping on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. A, E, I, O, U. Again. A, E, I, O, U. Alright, so now let's focus on the small sounds of the vowels. So, A for apple. A for apple. E, no, it's an E. E for elephant. E for elephant. I or E. E for igloo. E for igloo. A for octopus. A for octopus. A for umbrella. A for umbrella. So you see, these ones are a little tricky, right? Because you have A and A. Repeat after me. A and A. A and A. So A for apple. A, E, A, umbrella. Okay? Alright. So let's go ahead and continue with our words in our acronym boxes. Are you ready for the next word, boys?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so now that you practice with the word it, now let's practice with the word is. 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 What is the first sound that we hear in the word is? And then. So how many sounds are we hearing with our big ears? Let's focus on those small sounds. Is. So let's do it with our alkaline boxes using your chips. Your chips should be on the carpet first. For each sound that you hear, raise the chip to the box and then go on to the next sound and then sweep. Alright? So go ahead. Practice it. Is. Go ahead and once again practice it. Great job of picking up your chips to the boxes and then scooping it up. Is. So we have two sounds, right? It and alright. Are you ready to move to another sound?
Yes.
Now that we practice those two sounds, let's practice maybe the sound ass. 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 Not ass. With ass. Ass. So how many, what's the first sound that we hear in the word ass? And then ass. So how many sounds are we hearing? No.
Like asthma, except for ma.
Yeah, like as, but except for THMA, asthma. Alright, so as. So as. So I want you to go ahead. Great job. As. Alright, great job, boys. Sorry, I keep saying girls because I keep missing a name. Alright, great job, boys. So now, did you notice that we changed words there? When we substituted, we started with the word it, right? It. And then we went to the word is. So did you notice how we substituted? We took out the T and we brought in the S. So we took out the T in the word it, and then we brought in the word as. So we substituted the last sound, T, and then we brought in as. So we went from it to is. And then we substituted the first sound in is and as. We took out the it, and then we brought the a. Yeah, notice how we did that?
Yes.
So we created brand new words by substituting sounds at the beginning and at the end. So at first we substituted the N sound by substituting T to S, and then we substituted the first sound by taking the A and bringing in the A for as, from is to as. So we created brand new words. Did you notice that?
Yes.
So we went over it, is, and as, and we substituted sounds to make new words. All right. 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, 3, all eyes on you.
Okay, boys. So now let's think about this. So we talked about the sounds, the words it, is, and as. So now let's talk about the word as, which is as. Is a long sound vowel or a short sound vowel?
Short sound.
Short sound. Very good job, boys. So so what would happen if I remove that first sound in as? So what am I left with if I remove the a from as? What sound am I left with if I remove the first sound, which is a? What is the second sound? Is that a word by itself? It's not, right? Because it's just a sound. So it's just an individual sound. So what happens if I remove the a from as? You're just left with what sound? And is that a sound? Is that a word?
No.
No, right? So what would happen if I remove the second sound from as? And I'm just left with the first sound. If I remove the second sound, what is the second sound in the word as? The second sound is, right? As. If I remove the first sound, what is the first sound in as? Ah, right? Ah, which is a short vowel A. If I remove that short vowel A, we're left with. But if I remove that second sound, what am I left with? Ah, because the word is as, right? As. If I remove the second sound, what am I left with? Okay, so I want you to say the word one more time. As. If you remove the second sound, what is the second sound? If you take out of as, what are you left with? Ah, right? Is that a word? Ah?
Yes.
Is ah a word? Ah? Ah, no, right? This is just ah. That's a short vowel A, right? If it was a long vowel A would be like a it will be a vowel. So it's just by itself. So you're deleting sounds. It changes the word, and sometimes you have no word if you remove a sound. Okay, boys. So now we're gonna look at some pictures from our book. We're gonna look at some animals from the book, and now we're gonna be able to listen with our big ears. We're gonna use our big ears to listen to those small sounds. We're gonna listen to the beginning and end sound. Okay. So remember this animal from our book? Is this an ape, right? So ape. So what are those two sounds that we hear at the beginning and at the end? Ape. Ape. So we hear A. So we hear that beginning sound, which is A, right? A. And then that last sound is P. Ape. Alright? And now this other character from our book, remember this one?
Cow? Oh no, cow.
There's a cow, right? So cow. Cow. Ow.
Cow.
So you hear that beginning sound and that end sound. Cow. So what's the first sound that we hear? Ow. What's the first sound? Beginning sound? K. And then the last sound? Ow. Cow. Ow. 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 Very good job. Sorry. Y'all see this one? This character from our story? This was the goat. Goat. So I want you to listen to those sounds. How many sounds do you hear in the word goat? Go. Not listen to the sounds, not the syllables, but the small sounds. How many?
Go.
So you hear three sounds, right? They're right, alright? So I want you to put your chips back down. Put your chips back down. Your chips back down. Okay. So we're gonna listen to that first sound. G. G. O. O. T. Go. T. So the O, the go and goat, O, go. That's the O and the A put together. Go. Go. T. Alright, so good, t, goat. Good, goat. So how many sounds do you hear? Three, alright? So I want you to put your chips back down. So I want you to go ahead and say this sound, and at the same time you're saying the sound, raise your chip, and then go on to the next sound, and then swoop it up at the end. Go ahead, So keep practicing it. Go ahead, okay? All right, one more time.
Go.
Go. It's a very good job, boys. All right, so now let's go ahead and focus on another something else that we saw in our story, right? In our book. What's the name of our book again?
Frog and a log.
Frog and a Log. Yes. So something else that we saw in the Frog and a Log was
Cat.
this was our main character, right? One of our main characters. The bossy cat. What was the bossy cat? The bossy was the one that was just telling people where to sit, right? But the cat, where did the cat sit on?
On the mat.
The cat sat on the mat. The cat sat on the mat. That's onset rhyming right there. The at part. Alright, so this is another. Alright, so this is another character that was in our book. So, what are the sounds in cat? The individual. Remember, we're focusing on the small sounds. So, k, a. How many sounds do we hear? How many individual sounds? 3 sounds, right? So I want you to put your chips down, and then as you say the sound, push the chip up to the box, and then say the sound, move to the next sound, and then sweep the word. All right, so 1, 2, 3, go. Swoop, yeah. Perfect. One more time. Cat. All right, one more time. Israel, do it. Do it.
Cat.
All right. But do it from left to right. From left to right. All right. Now you're doing it from your left to your right. So Israel's doing it from this side. You're doing it from this side. You were doing it right. All right. So one more time. Go ahead, do it. Put your chips down. All right. So we're putting your chips. Don't rush it. Put your chips down. While you say the sound, raise it up. So k, raise it up, and then a, raise it up, and then t, raise it up, and then sweep up your word. Cat. Okay. One more time. Do it together. Cat. Very good job, boys. All right. So now let's focus on another something else that we saw. Now let's practice. All right. So now let's practice on another thing that we saw in our book. What did we see as well? Didn't we see like cake? Cake. How many sounds in cake? Cake. 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 So you have the ka and the k at the end. The cake. Cake. So you have the ka and the k at the end, right? So say, do it again. Cake. Remember the what is that sound that's after the k and cake? K. So that's a long vowel sound, right? Because you're not saying cock. You're saying cake. Ache. So this is a little tricky, right? Because you have a long vowel sound. So you have cake. K, ah, no, a, not ah, a. So go ahead and do it with your chips. Try it again. Cake. K, a. No, it's not ah, it's a. Remember? All right, one more time. Try it again. No, you see how you're used to sounding out that short vowel a, right? So this is a little tricky. So you have cake, k, a, k. Very good job. So you have one. Try it again, but don't try to rush it because then you're gonna miss that sound. So you have cake, k, a, k. Not ah, it's a. You have that long vowel a. K. K. No, not It's a. It's just like it's the long sound vowel a. So the regular a. K, a, not ah, it's a. This is tricky, right? Yeah, there you go. K, a, K. So k. Cake. Cake. At the end is that k, right? The cake. So you have K, A. All right, once again. Now do it. Don't try to rush it, so you can get it right. Very good job, boys. Cake. You have to, whenever you see that long vowel A, you have to long sound you have to do the long sound A. So cake. This is also the silent E rule. Remember we talked about the silent E? When you see two vowels in a word, that's when two vowels are walking. So when two vowels go walking, the first one does all the talking. It says its name, and the second one, shh. Do you understand that? Yes. Because you see two vowels in the word cake, right? Cake. But do you hear the sound E at the end of cake?
No.
No, because what happens to that last sound? It goes away, right? Yeah. And then you scratch it off. And then the first sound, it says its name. So that when two vowels go walking, when you see two vowels in a word, the first one does all the talking. It says its name. What that means is that you see the first vowel, it does all the talking and it says its name. What is in the name of the letter A as a vowel? It's A, right? A. So it's saying its name. The vowel is saying its name. So the first one says its name, and then the second one goes shh. It goes silent, so you're not able to hear it. So the first one will be the long vowel sound. So what is the long vowel sound for the first vowel? For the vowel A. A, that's the long vowel sound, right? What's the short vowel sound? For A. No. What's the short vowel sound for the vowel A? Ah. Like for apple, right? Apple. A. Is short for apple. A, long vowel for ape. A. So, how do we do it again? K. So, A. So the first one does all the talking, it says his name, and the second vowel, it goes away, right? All right. So that was a fun one. All right. So now we're gonna go into our last word. So me. All right. Very good job, boys. So now that we went over these words, now let's go ahead and finish up this activity with the word cake again. I know that was one of our fun words that we had really fun with, right? Mm-hmm. So cake, because cake is one of our words that's included in our silent E rule, which it has two vowels, and the first one does all the talking. It says his name, and the second one is silent, so you're not able to hear or sound out the E in the word cake. So cake, you have a long vowel sound, which is A, right? So you have cake, k, a, k, right? So I want you to go ahead and do that with your Elkin boxes once again, and let's try doing it again. Hearing those sounds, the first sound you hear, raise up your chip, and then say the word, say the sound, move on to the next sound, and then sweep it up. So go ahead, 1, 2, 3. Cake. All right, very good job, boys. So now let's move on forward, and then now let's discuss a little bit about our book, our Frog in a Log book that we have always been aware of, and then we have actually looked into it quite a bit of times. So now we know what the book is, right? So we're gonna stop and reflect on our comprehension over the book, right? My hand's a little wobbly today, right? It's like a little folded back and forth. But who are the characters of the book? Who are the main characters of the book?
The frog and the cat.
The frog and the cat. And then what is it about? What are we learning throughout most of the book? Do we see a lot of alliteration in this book?
No.
No, right? What do we see
Like
mostly of?
animals and rhyme.
Rhyme, right?
Animals,
Animals,
rhyme.
onset rhyme. Perfect. And then what else do we see? Do we see like a lot of letters? We see sentences. So letters.
We see drawings.
Huh?
Drawings.
We see drawings. We see a lot. We see the bossy cat telling the frog that he cannot sit nowhere but log. But we see letters, right? And then letters make up words, and then words make up sentences, right? Like right here, it has hares sit on chairs, and then set the cat with a period, right? At the end. So now let's look at some of these animals that we see in this book. So first of all, this is the front of the book. We have the back of the book. We have the sides. We have the bottom and the top. And then we know that the book is by Kes Gray and Jim Field. And then we have the title, Frog in the Log. So this right here in the covers, we see the main characters, which is a frog and the cat. Those are the main characters, which the frog sits on the log, says the cat. Right. So let's look at a couple of characters from the book. So let's look at the log. How many? I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and think. How many sounds do you hear in the word log? How many sounds are we hearing? Think about it before you tell me. But I want you to use your big ears with your eyes closed. Touch your big ears and let's pretend we're hearing with our big ears these sounds in log. So we have log. Good. How many sounds are we hearing? All right, open your eyes. How many sounds do you hear in the word log? Log. Log. Good. Log. Very good job. So I want you to tap those out. Good. Log. And then stroke them out. Do it yourselves. Good. Log. Very good job, boys. Now let's go on to another character in our book. So now we see right here, we see the frog, right? The frog. How many sounds do we hear on the word frog? Is everything okay, Isra? Oh, you lost your big ears? Alright, so let's close our eyes again. Okay, so frog. How many sounds are we hearing frog? We're listening with our big ears, frog. Those small sounds. Frog. So how many sounds is that? Yeah, you can use your eloquent boxes to tap and stream. Frog. Good. Frog. So how many sounds? Good. And then how many letters does the word fr have? Fr. That's a sound, right? Fr. What are those two letters that make one sound? FR. Fr. Right? Fr. Fr. That's one sound, right? Fr. Fr. So that's two letters that make one sound, which is a phoneme. Frog. Okay. So now let's look at another one. Let's look at. Did y'all like the mule? The mule. Mule. So let's not focus about mules. Let's focus about mule. How many sounds are in mule? Mule. O. How's that? O-E, which makes one sound. O. U. Mule. O. Mule. So how many sounds? 3 sounds. Good job. And now let's look at another. Let's look at the favorite character of, I think it was Ryan's favorite character towards the end. The dog, right? It was your favorite character, right? Okay. So our favorite character of Ryan was the dog. So how many sounds in dog? Dog. Good job using your opening box to tap and sweep. Dog. Good. Dog. Very good job, boys. All right. Ooh, we're almost done.
Whatever time is it? Which one do we use?
Ya le reto one. Your mom is on her way almost. Your mom is on her way almost. So, all right, boys and girls. So now we're also gonna look at like other examples that are like the hat and the rat and the cat. So the cat is one of the main characters of the book, but we also have rat and hat in our book. So all those characters, including the cat and then the rat and then the hat. The hat's a thing, but all those have 3 sounds: rat and cat and at. And what else do you see similar with those? Are those words that do they rhyme? The cat, the hat, and the rat. Do they rhyme? Cat, hat, rat.
Yeah.
Are they rhyming?
Yes.
How? What is the rhyming part?
At.
The at. And what is the onset on cat? The cat was the onset. Cut, right? Cut. And then what's the onset in rat? Rat. What's the onset? R. And then what's the onset in hat? Ha. Ha. Right? So yeah. So very good job, boys. So now, what would happen if we took off the sound, the first sound in cat? What's the first sound in cat? K. Right? What will happen if we took k? What are we left with? At. Right? At. What would happen if we switch the sound k to r? R. What would happen? If we took k out of cat and added the r sound, what do we have?
Rat.
Rat. That's a whole new word, right? So, because we have cat, and then we take out the k out of cat, and we're left with our end sound, which is at, right? So, and then we add the word, the sound r to it, and then we have rat, right? How about if we take the k out of cat and we add the h to it? What do we have now? So cat, we took away the first sound, which is k, and then we add h to it. What do we have?
Hat.
Hat. Isn't that a whole new word too? So you see how we took away sounds to make new words? Very good job, boys. Now, with these words, I want you to use your opening boxes and practice making the sounds and then swooping it. For those 3 words: the cat, the hat, and the rat. So,
The cat, the hat, and the rat.
The cat, cat, and then we have hat. And we have rat. So, all right, do it once again. All right, good job, boys. Now let's review our long vowel sounds and our short vowel sounds. Remember we went over this ones? So this side, what are this? Are this our long vowel sounds or our short vowel sounds? Short vowel? Perfect. And then what are these ones over here? The long vowel sounds or the short vowel sounds? Short vowel or long vowel? Long or short? Long? Okay. So this is A for ape, E for eagle, I for eyes, O for old, for U for unicorn, U for unicorn. Okay, once again, A for ape. E for eagle. I for ice. O for oat. U for unicorn. A for apple. A for apple. E for elephant. E for elephant. E for elephant. E for igloo. E for igloo. E for igloo. A for octopus. A for octopus. A for octopus. A for umbrella. A for umbrella. A for umbrella. Alright, so now let's say them all, but without saying the name of the item, okay? So now we're gonna say just the small, short sound. A, E, O, umbrella, So this ones are a little bit trickier. You have and then you have Perfect. So let's go back to the long vowel ones. We're gonna say the sound, not the name of the character. We're gonna say just the sound of the vowel. A, E, I, O, U. Are these easier to say? These ones are a little harder, right? So I want you to do it by yourself. You sure it's A? How do you say the E? Umbrella. So say the this one. You see, they're similar, but they're just at a slightly different. So, umbrella, octopus, umbrella, octopus, umbrella, octopus, apple, apple. All right. So then we have our consonants too. So I want you to. Okay, get together. I'm gonna point at them and we're gonna review them. Okay?
You missed the A.
No, because it is just the consonants. Remember the consonants, and then these are vowels, and these are just the consonants. So we're not gonna have our vowels here. So we have butterfly, cat, dog, fan, goat, horn, jar, kite, lemon, mouse, nails, pie. What is this? Quilt, rabbit. That's a rabbit? Yeah. Rabbit. Sandwich. Turtle. Turtle. All right, say it once again, Ryan. Turtle. Yeah. Violin. 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 Wagon. Great job. That was a quick review of our vowel sounds and consonant sounds. And all of this sounds, consonants, they also have a long vowel sound, you know?
The P.
You know they also have a long sound, the consonants? Because it's B, C, D, F, G, H. That's the long sound. H, H.
Bro, that P. You know the one that can tell us the chinas? That you look at it. You go like this.
Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. All right, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, 3,
All right, so now we're gonna stop and reflect over everything that we went over today. What did we went over? What did we use today? We used our big ears to hear small, tiny words,
No, letters.
sounds in.
And
You said it.
letters.
No, in
Words.
Words. So yeah. So today we use our big ears to hear small, tiny sounds in words. So we use our big ears, right? All right. So now, just to wrap up our comprehension, we're gonna do our activity, our last activity for the day. We're gonna draw, and I want you to draw
Wow.
3 pictures. Draw 3 animals that we covered in our in our book, Frog on a Log, and I want you to draw the picture of an animal or a character that you like from Frog and a Log. It doesn't have to be a character or an animal. It could just be like a thing that you saw, like the hat or like a carrot. Now you have to draw it, and then I want you to draw dots or circles that represent the number of sounds that it has in that word. Like for example, this is what I want you to do. So this was a picture of a frog, a cat, and the dog.
Oh.
And then I want you to draw circles underneath your picture to represent the number of sounds it makes. Right?
Those are good drawings.
So this one has 4 sounds. It has a g, frog. The cat has 3 sounds, k, a, t. The dog has 3 sounds, d, a, g, dog. Okay. So and then I'm gonna give you some time so you could draw your favorite character or thing that you saw in the book on Frog on a Log, and then you are going to write or circle or dots underneath the drawing to represent the number of sounds. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, boys. So while you do your drawings, I'm going to be observing, and after you do your drawing, write down underneath the drawing circles or dots to represent the number of sounds. Because I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna ask you to demonstrate or tap and sweep the sounds, and I'm gonna ask you how many sounds are there. Good job. Great drawings. Good job, Israel.
Why do you sound
All
like
right.
that? Rob.
Once you're done with this, boys, we're gonna be done for our activity, our second activity for today. I also want to thank y'all for demonstrating hard work. All right, you still need one more. But I want you to do one more. Since you finished so fast, do another one. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. All eyes on me. All right, boys. I know we had a long day today, but I am so thankful, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Did y'all have fun in today's 2 lessons? Yeah, did? Okay. So just remember to look out for those small sounds in words using your big ears, okay? All right, thank you very much, and y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all next time.